was going to say, Hikaru Nakamura in that same position, I don't have to speculate. We saw he runs out a lot of the match clock in those spots, even as the person with the worst position. Denis did not do that. He's on to the next game.
Do you think that could be psychological as well? When you shift your attitude to kind of like run out the clock, you might hinder yourself from playing the best moves.
I think it's just not Denis's style to do that. Hikaru, I truly think it's actually an amazing asset that he has in this form. He does it better than anyone. You know, not everyone wants to play that way. Denis, in this case, demonstrating he does not. But we'll see later on, when the time gets lower, you have to use that match clock at some point.
This b5 move always played to support your bishop on g2 because it plays against black's c6 move.
And here, we've seen this so many times, right? Knight on e4, pawn on d4. In this case, c7 is still a target. Huge difference from the last time we saw this, the open a file for black.
And bishop b4, because f5 was a threat, trapping the knight. But you can trade bishop for knight, similar structure to the other game. I still like it.
Yep, he's going to take it.
Long-term pressure on c7, easy chess.
And you can defend e2 easily with bishop f3. Plus, that's not even something he's concerned about. Rook a7 is coming next. That's hitting the pawn on c7. How do you defend without going ultra passive with rook d8, rook d7? Like, that's just uncomfortable.
It's already ultra passive with that bishop on g7. Knight d2. You can't take b5 because of bishop c6. And if you trade the bishops, that's a question. Is the knight better or the bishop better?
Yeah, queen b2 played, but I like that idea of knight d2. Now, bishop
He's preparing
f3.
it. He's preparing it. Very, very nice from Denis.
I like this move. g4 is an idea, but again, we see that the counterplay that Hikaru's been going for that Denis reacts well to. In bullet, I think it's going to work a little better.
Bishop c6. Queen e7 hitting e2. Or queen, ooh.
Knight c4, not as reliable. Now, I would consider taking that knight on c4, no problem. Take that. The dark square bishop can open up with a move like d3.
He wants knight c4 we can take back with the rook.
And that's what we see now. But now, it's not a fork, so you don't need to capture. h5, h4, this is bullet. These are easy moves to play. He's got g4 and can start to use the h file.
Bishop h6. Hikaru's activating his bishop.
King g7, you can bring that rook from c8 over to h8.
d4 is loose. Denis is sacking the exchanger. He had to give it up. Knight f5. Knight f5. The rook is loose on e7.
Oh my goodness.
g4 is hanging. Everything is hanging now.
What tactical vision.
Queen h4. Oh, this is also good. This is very unpleasant.
He's playing it safe. He doesn't want to over push. He's just going to take, look at this,
But this
1, 2, 3, 4 pawns.
That's way too much. 4 passed pawns and a knight.
Yeah, you might be looking at the material and thinking rook for knight, but don't forget to add up those pawns as well. Black needs to take that b5 pawn. If white gets a knight on d4 and solidifies that b pawn, there's no hope for black.
And after rook d4, rook c7. See, now if you take on d4, this knight f5 is a fork. e3, the pawns defend each other.
Yep. f3,
and
e4.
look at how they push. Check on c6, maybe drive the king back.
That's right. And the king is just going to walk up the board, but Hikaru's going after that pawn on b5. You
e6
have to.
threat. Oh, it's getting close to mate. Can you play d5, d6, try to play rook c8?
That might be good enough. The knight's going to be hanging on f5. That could be well calculated. Knight d6 as well.
d7 check. Where's the finish? He doesn't need it.
Oh,
he can just
going to
stop
bring
the pawns.
the king in.
Yes.
Because the rook is...
Knight c6 is mate.
Oh my goodness. And it queens the pawn as well.
Yes, if king e7, knight c6, you queen. Yeah. This is over.
I had this fine, and then I choked it.